Good morning, and I hope everybody's having a blessed day so far. Had to come into town to get a few things. Got two of the boys with me, Dallas and Jackson. Say hello.
Hello.
So, driving into town this morning, I'm always thinking, I'm always contemplating and figuring out, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about this morning. And just the simplest of topics, we as, not just Christians, but we as parents, we need to be careful about what we say and what we do, because somebody's always watching. I'm gonna watch myself all the time, because just this morning I caught myself getting upset with a truck being an idiot on the road, and I wanted to say something that was negative, and I had to catch myself, because I've got 5 boys. I've always got ears around me. I've got eyes watching me all the time, and I want to be a good example for my kids. Titus chapter 2 verse 7 says, "In all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, in doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity." You know, I want to be the best example for my kids that I can be. I want to be the best example for those around me that I can be. But my kids are always watching me. Everything that I do, my kids are watching me. It doesn't matter if I'm cooking. It doesn't matter if I'm watching TV. It doesn't matter if I'm driving down the road. If I'm at the store shopping or something. My kids are always watching. They're always watching to see what Daddy does. And I don't want to be the kind of father that says one thing and then does another. So I have to be very careful on how I live my life and how I proceed and how I raise my kids. Desiree and I, with 5 boys, it's hard to give individual attention, so we try, as often as we can, to take the boys out, just give them individual attention, to give them some one-on-one parent time. So I got 2 of the boys today. We had some donuts over here, and we're gonna run a couple errands in town, waiting on Desiree to get off work. But let's pay attention to those that are around us, and to what we're saying, to what we're doing. We're as Christians, we're followers of Christ. The world looks at Christians. The world looks at us, and they wait to see, what is this guy going to do? Does this guy really believe what he says? Does he practice what he preaches? And for a lot of Christians, I hate to say it, but they don't practice what they preach. I don't feel like they really believe what they claim to believe. DC Talk song once said, the greatest single leading cause of atheism in the world today is Christians who acknowledge Jesus with their breath, and they walk out and deny him by their lifestyle. And that's not the kind of Christian that I want to be. It's not the kind of follower that I want to be. I want my kids to when they get older, when they grow up, Dallas giving crazy looks, when they get older, when they grow up, that they look and they say, Dad wasn't perfect, but he loved God. And I want them, through my example, through the way that I live my life, I want them to love God. That's the most important thing. That's the most important thing to me as a father, as a Christian, is for my kids to grow up and to love God, to want to serve God. Now, I don't expect all my kids to be pastors. I don't expect my kids to be music leaders in the church, but I want my kids to love God. I want them to know the joys and satisfaction that comes from serving God, from giving him everything that I have. And parents, we've got to watch ourselves. I want my kids to be better than I am. I want my kids to accomplish more than I have. We have to set a good example, parents. We have to set a pattern of good deeds. Not just 1 or 2 good deeds here and there, but a pattern of good deeds. Set a pattern of our daily lives. Every day we're doing good deeds. Every day we're following Christ. Every day we're asking him where we need to be, what we need to be doing. We got eyes watching us. I don't care if you're a father, a mother, an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, a neighbor, a teacher, a Sunday school teacher, a music director, an usher in your church, a cashier. You got kids. You got people watching you, watching to see what kind of example you're going to set. And what kind of legacy do you want to leave? What kind of example do you want to be? Do you want to be the kind of Christian that says, yeah, I'm a Christian, and then goes out and lives wickedly? Or do you want to be the kind of Christian that says, yes, I'm a Christian, and my life shows it? For me, that's the most important thing. Not just to have the label of Christian, but to be a follower of Christ. It all goes back to loving people, to showing the people around you that you love them. And I'm not saying there aren't going to be some people that are hard to love, but showing those people that you love them because Christ loved them. It's a hard thing to do sometimes. It's frustrating. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you're driving down the road and somebody cuts you off and you let a word fly. It happens. I'm not perfect. I cuss. I do. Just going to be honest. Going to be real about it. I cuss. There are a lot of times where I catch cuss words come out of my mouth. And I try to guard myself. But it's what happens. It's what you do after you make that mistake. It's what you do after you say that cuss word. It's what you do after the fact that defines who you are. I say a cuss word, especially if my kids are around. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't have said that. My bad. It's when you make a mistake and you get mad at one of your kids and then you realize you were wrong. It's going to him and saying, hey, look, man, I'm sorry. I was wrong. You were right. Can you forgive me? I've had to eat crow, I can't even count how many times, and apologize to my kids because I messed up. Because I said the wrong thing. Because I told them they were lying to me and they weren't. It's about setting a good example no matter where you're at. No matter what you're doing. Especially as Christians, we need to set a good example. To follow Christ the best that we can. Because little eyes are watching. They're always watching. Hope everybody has a great day. I hope this was some encouragement to you. Do something good for somebody today. Set a good example. Ask Christ what exactly He wants you to do today. Play with a dinosaur puppet. Just don't eat people's hair with it. All right, boys, say goodbye.
Bye.
Everybody have a good day.